To all our dear friends, Shalom Uvracha. I want to take a few minutes to talk about the process of fasting. What happens to our body, not to our neshama, to our body. I'm going to want to talk about the physical aspect of fasting. If there is a danger in fasting in terms of we don't eat, maybe we don't get enough vitamins and minerals and all this stuff. We have to know that fasting, all generations, we used fasting for purification, to purify body and to purify the spirit. We use in clinic when we treat people the strongest tool we have in order to purify the body from poison is to fast few days. We in the clinic do 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 21 days, sometimes 42 days to purify the body. It depends on how deep is the poison in the body. But this fasting is a healing fasting and is with water. Of course, other fast, spiritual fasting without water. But the principle is the same principle. Once the body stops receiving nutrition and liquids from the outside, it starts purifying itself. There is a law, it's also in the Gemara, that once something the body stops absorbing, it starts expelling. Once you don't give the body nutrition from outside, it does the opposite. It starts cleansing itself, taking out. Even if you stop even one product like coffee, you stop absorbing caffeine into the body. So after a few hours to half a day, the cell starts expelling out the caffeine outside into the bloodstream. That's why people who stop drinking coffee in the few first days, they feel terrible headache and eye pain, because all the places where there are many nerves are influenced by this caffeine that goes out. So this is a natural process that that nature, the Kadosh Baruch Hu created, that the body will purify itself all the time. But if you give the body the same material, it will not purify it. So in the first days of fast, always there is a big expel of poison into the bloodstream from all the cells of the body. That's why people, when they fast even 24 hours or 26 hours in Yom Kippur or Tisha B'Av, they feel very bad in the morning after, because no matter what, once you stop eating, drinking, the body starts expelling. And once the poison in the blood comes to a certain level, it does so bad headaches, nausea, and bad feelings that people think that fasting is bad for you. No, fasting is very good for you. It's cleansing. If we knew how to prepare ourselves in the right way to fasting day would be the best day in the week, because the body is not giving energy to digestion, and then it's only purifying, but without suffering. So the best thing to do when we are preparing for fast is to lower the amount of poison in our body by stopping the intake of certain products. Like caffeine is the most important to stop at least 3 days before fasting. If you could stop 1 week, is better, but 3 days is good. But even if you didn't stop for 3 days, even 1 day before is good, is okay, is better than nothing. So to stop coffee, to stop sugar, to stop the intake of many artificial stuff, especially to stop products that from animals, like meat, chicken, fish, eggs, dairy stuff. It's very good, because you start making the body flow in a different way, and when you start the fast, the poison that goes out doesn't make you feel bad. So a few days before, even 2 days, 1 day is okay, is also good, but If you start 1 week, it will be much easier to stop gradually. Don't stop everything in 1 day. Stop coffee 1 day. Stop dairy stuff another day. Stop sugar. And then you prepare yourself to the fast in the best way. And then there should be no bad feeling while we are fasting 3 days. Another thing that people are worried about is not to eat 3 days, that the body will be very weak and will lack nutrition. People that learn the biology of the body in terms of natural healing knows that we have, if a person weight normally, what do you mean normally? If you are 170 centimeter height, if you are 70 kilo, you're normal. If you're 160 or 60 kilo. If you start the fast like this, in average, every person has reserve nutrition in the body for 40 days. If he doesn't eat 40 days, usually there is no danger. If he doesn't eat 20 days, no problem. 3 days is nothing. 3 days is nothing in terms of nutrition. It means if a person didn't start with bad anemia or something like this, if he's approximately healthy, but 3 days doesn't lack anything. No vitamins, no minerals, no protein, no fat, nothing. You have everything in the body. That's how the Kadosh Baruch Hu created us, that even in times of no food in nature, animals can live weeks without eating. Also we can just see a psychological matter that if we miss a meal, we feel dizzy. It's not because we don't have a reserve in the body. We have enough reserve for 40 days. If we talk about 3 days, there is nothing to worry about, and I promise everyone that you will not see in the blood test any lack after 3 days of fasting. The most important thing is the preparation, and also when we finish a fast of 3 days, don't go to eating chicken and dairy stuff immediately, but to do also the after fasting gradually, from fruits to vegetables to bread, like every few hours, add something else, and that's the good way. But fasting is purification for the body, of course for the soul. But we talk now about the fears that people have from fasting. There is nothing to be afraid from. One exception is a severe chronic disease like very extreme diabetes, very extreme high blood pressure. Maybe there should be some consideration. Otherwise, there's nothing to be afraid of. In terms of fasting, it's very good to do it annually, every few months, to do 3 days on water. But we don't talk about fasting with water, but complete fasting. Nothing to be worried about. And in worst case, a person feel not good, he can stop. Anyhow, Bezrat Hashem, everything will be okay. No headaches, no dizziness, just do it with a good spirit and mind, and Hashem will be with us. Bezrat Hashem.